Hey, good evening. I'm Ethan. Here's Fafi. This is the No Show for 11 September 2024. Nice to see you all. I'm not starting with a song tonight. I always start with a song, but I'm not starting with a song. I don't know if I'm going to be doing any songs. I have my lap and my hands full. I'm full of Fafi here. She's a little dazed. She had a seizure, which that's her third one in a month. We were told when she first had one it was very worrisome to see the doggy, um, you know, having a full-on seizure with all of those troubling symptoms like she's shaking, she's foaming at the mouth, she's out of it, and then she comes to and she's fine, but in the aftermath, yeah. But we were told that if it doesn't happen more than twice in the space of 24 hours, or if the seizure doesn't last for more than 5 minutes, it's not it's not an emergency per se, or it's not something you need to treat. But we're going to obviously get her taken care of, get her to a vet. But it's not. Anyway, that's what's happening. So poor little Fafi. She's been through a lot. She had a fall as a little puppy, then she had a fall last month. Now she's having it's, it's not easy being an embodied creature. It's probably easier to be a ghost, or to be a soul, or to be a will o' the wisp, or to be I don't know, a zephyr. Any zephyrs in the audience tonight? Is that easier? But when you have a body, the body eventually breaks down and bad things happen. Gravity never takes a rest. Gravity will just, it'll pull on your sinews and it'll pull on your muscles and your bones. So there will be a gradual effect of gravity doing its work on you over the decades. And then sometimes in a single moment, gravity will slam you to the earth. And in this case, it was when she was a puppy. It happened from a window, probably 12, 15 feet up. And then last month, it happened from the top of a staircase, about 8 feet. So gravity has been her enemy. She should probably be an astronaut. The first astronaut dog was Laika. I don't know if you remember My Life as a Dog, that fantastic 1980s movie. It's from the early 80s. My Life as a Dog, a Swedish movie, just a beautiful movie about a boy and his dog. And he's actually, it's really, I don't know if it's about the boy and his dog so much. He just talks about the dog right at the beginning of the movie, and I think at the end he talks about um, learning about the fate of that dog. It's just a horrible story. They send this dog up into space, and then the dog has no way of getting home. The dog is just sent up, just I guess to prove certain things that they can live and breathe in the space capsule. But the dog is obviously sent with some food and water. But at a certain point, the dog was just on a spaceship heading out towards the infinite void. Um, it's just unimaginable cruelty and desolation. So, in the name of science. Anyhow, my thoughts are a little morbid, but the other dogs are doing fine. Um, oh, in orbit. Good point, Neuro. Good point. So, Laika might have kept orbiting. In that case, is Laika, are the bones? No. At a certain point, that orbit would, gravity would continue to work. The orbit would react, and eventually that space capsule would have returned to Earth, I guess. Anyway, so here's the ukulele. I did see this guy. I think I talked about him a few months ago. There was this incredible ukulele player back in the day. He was a superstar, and he did a lot with one hand. He could do a lot of virtuosic manipulation of this little instrument just with one hand. I mean, he played with two hands, but just he had all sorts of tricks. So, but I don't know how to do that. So, I'm not sure what I'm going to do tonight. I think also because to mark the holiday or the anniversary of the terrorist attacks in New York, it feels fitting to not be singing. Uh, um, yes, that um, the debate obviously went well. If you're a sane member of society and you believe in the rule of law, so that was good. But what was the line? Hello, everybody. What was it, Dad? You said something to me on the phone this morning. You said, "How did you like the debate?" Or something like that. And I said, "I liked that I didn't have to watch it." That was my favorite thing about it, not having to watch it. I tuned in for 5 minutes, maybe a little bit less. I found it too stressful because it's just too stressful watching a raving lunatic who has 50 or 60 million fans, and then another 10 or 15 million, I guess, voters who don't like him. But the idea that the nonsense and the dangerous bile that he spews hits the mark. It's just too disturbing to watch. And then, of course, Harris was very good, but I feel like there are people who are rhetorically superior who could have been better with the zingers and with the comebacks and with the retorts to shut him down. At a certain point, you would have wanted her or someone, whoever's debating him, to say, listen, it's unfortunate that I have to stand on the stage with this criminal, this lunatic, this liar. I mean, she mentioned those things, but there's a way to frame it. Not the way I did. That was not a good pitch for what to say. But there's a way that an expert debater would have just, cut him off at the knees. I agree, Nuro. Waltz's sort of light touch and his smile, although Harris was very good with her smile and with her reactions, but Waltz is more, I feel like, fluid with, he really just, uh, he's just got a nice style, a nice easy style. The contrast would have been, um, in any case, I think she did great, and hopefully the needle keeps moving. Hopefully, I know the needle over the weekend was moving in the wrong direction, but I don't know. I'm feeling hopeful for whatever that's worth. I do want to invite, please attend if you can. You don't have to make a donation. Donation is optional, but please put it in your calendar if you would. On Thursday, in 8 days, at 7 p.m. East on Zoom, we are hosting Barry Lynn, the Reverend Barry Lynn, who is the director of the of Americans for the Separation of Church and State for many years. Very interesting guy, author, reverend, lawyer, pundit. He and I are co-hosting this event. It's from 7 to 8 on the East Coast, and it is to raise money for Movement Voter PAC, and the lineup is just great. Jamie Raskin is going to MC, which is just amazing. Congressman Jamie Raskin, who headed the January 6th commission. So he's the MC. And then comedians Alonzo Bowden from Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me, David Feldman from The David Feldman Show, John Fugelsang from SiriusXM, and Louis Black from The Daily Show. Those are the comedians. And then also Julia Quinn. Julia Quinn, New York Times #1 best-selling author of the Bridgerton novels. Committee. Thank you, Mila. The January 6th committee. Maybe Fuffy, are you trying to get down? Are you ready to stroll around a little? Okay, I'll put her down, see what she wants to get up to. Maybe she wants to go get some water. Okay, she's going for a walk. That's good. Now she's stopping to look at the other dogs who are brawling on the daybed. Whew. Thanks, Nuro. Yeah, it's a great lineup. Each of the performers will do like 5 minutes. Raskin will talk and introduce each of the performers. And then Julia Quinn will do 5 minutes. And then Billy Wimsatt, I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, Billy Wimsatt, who is the founder, executive director. He's the head. He's the big honcho. He's the cheese at Movement Voter PAC, also known as Movement Voter Project, also known as MVP. So Billy will be giving the presentation on behalf of the organization to explain how they do the magical work that they do, funneling all the money they raise to local grassroots organizations like the Georgia Voter Project. I should have at my fingertips 3 or 4 examples to make my spiel better, but that's what it is. So please attend. Let me see if I can pull up that Evite or whatever it's called. It's not an Evite. It's a movement. Okay, guys, we're not going to do this again tonight. No. Hey, we're not doing this again tonight. No drama. All right, here it is. I'm putting this in the chat. I don't have the bandwidth, as they call it tonight, to also be refereeing between the dogs. I ain't got it. So you guys, you gotta behave. You gotta not F around. I'm glad you liked that photo of Hildy. I was on the ball field with her a little before sunset tonight, and she was running around, and there was a guy with his 2 little kids, and the boy had an electric, like a radio operated car that he was. The girl was practicing her bike riding, and the boy had a little electric car. These electric cars these days are incredibly fast and agile, and they do all kinds of crazy moves, which was very interesting to Hildy. I was concerned that she was going to maybe pounce on and eat the kid's car, which she didn't do. But I got some nice photos of her, the little girl with her bicycle, and Hildy, and so that was nice. And yeah, I sent the photos to Kirsten, who said, "Oh my God, Hildy looks like she suddenly became kind of huge and full grown in those photos." Tell them, Neuro says, tell the dogs if they don't behave, they can't play cards tonight. Yeah, that's funny. I like that. Yes, Mila, you're right. Jamie Raskin is a superstar. Yeah, we got to get the bulldog with his cigar, who's going to be the dealer. Otherwise, we have enough people for some poker. Oh, give me land, lots of land, and the starry skies above. Don't fence me in. Don't fence me in. Da da dee da 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 da. Ya da dee da 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 da. Ya da dee da 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 da. Don't fence me in. Oh, there's a song called Indiana by James Hanley. That looks like it's something I should learn how to sing. Back home again in Indiana, and it seems that I can see the gleaming candlelight still shining bright through the sycamores for me. The new mown hay sends all its fragrance from the fields I used to roam when I dream about the moonlight on the Wabash. Then I long for my Indiana home. That's a good Pete Buttigieg song. Fafi is back to cuddle in her blanket and her towel. Whew. I haven't done this song in a while. I think this is appropriate for the the tuning got a little funky again today. Okay, it's close. I needed to get out the screwdriver today and address that situation. Maybe I won't be singing. Mila says, I adore sycamores. I helped save 100 old sycamores here in Santa Monica. Wow. Oh, Mila, you're in Santa Monica. I forgot that. Mila, do I? Yes, I have to send you a ribbon. Did you send me your address? You want a ribbon. Please send me your address. I'm putting my email in the chat. Don't fence me in. La, 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 la. I'm going to look up what a sycamore tree looks like. I know I should know what a sycamore tree looks like, but. Whoa, that's interesting. It looks like I'm. Oh. Oh, wow. I always thought that was a London plane tree. It sort of has a maple looking leaf. But the bark has that white, the white and tan. It's a nice dappled bark. Yeah, there's a bunch of them in, camouflage-looking bark, as they describe it. There's a bunch of those in McCarran Park near me in Brooklyn. What does a London plane tree look like? Oh, yeah, London plane tree also. It has similar-looking bark. Oh, there it is. London. There it is. Someone did a YouTube video, London plane trees versus sycamores. We find out in this video from 2018, you can find out the differences between them. All right, I'm going to put that video in the chat if people are interested. You can figure that out. Then I can maybe figure out what is in the park next to me. Are they sycamores or London planes? Oh, that old Cape Cod song is good. Side by Side, is that the one? Or do you mean, hey Jesse? Or is there a song called Old Cape Cod? Is there a song called Old Cape Cod? Let me look that up. Old Cape Cod. Oh yeah, that is a song. Look at that. Huh. What a great tip. If you're fond of sand dunes and salty air, quaint little villages here and there, you're sure to fall in love with Old Cape Cod. If you like the taste of lobster stew served by a window with an ocean view, you're sure to fall in love with Old Cape Cod. Winding roads that seem to beckon you, miles of green beneath the skies of blue, church bells chiming on a Sunday morn remind you of the town where you were born. If you spend an evening, you'll want to stay watching the moonlight on Cape Cod Bay. If you spend an evening, you'll want to stay watching the moonlight on Cape Cod Bay. Patty Page. Who sang the original Cape Cod Bay? Patty Page. Question is, who wrote it? Thank you for that tip. I am going to. Oh, songwriters are Claire Rothrock, Milton Yakis, and Erwin Pincus. Oh, give me land, lots of land, and the starry skies above. Don't fence me in. I just put the link. Oh no, it was too long. They didn't let me. Old Cape Cod. Old Cape Cod. Old Cape Cod. The Larch, number 6, the Larch. Old Ape Cod. Jesus, I'm typing Old Cape Cod. Maybe I have a sticky C letter. A sticky C key. Well, that's funny, the key of C. That's like the C key on my keyboard. All right, guys, easy peasy. All right, no drama tonight. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses fallen. 'Tis you must go and I must bide. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley is hushed and white with snow. 'Tis I'll be there in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so. And when you come and all the flowers are dying, and I am dead, as dead I well may be, you'll come and find the place where I am lying, and kneel and say an Ave there for me. And I shall hear the soft you tread above me, and all my grave will warmer, sweeter be. For you will bend and tell me that you love me. Then I shall sleep in peace until you come to me. There's Danny Boy, traditional Irish melody, words by Frederick Edward Weatherly. Thank you, Mary. Yeah. It's funny, even without the ukulele, I end up picking a key that's really in between, so I have to keep flipping the octaves. Ba, 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 bum. There's definitely a key. I gotta find that key where I can sing it without doing that. Yeah, Danny Boy. I guess if there's any song that is appropriate for September 11th, that might be it. In memoriam for all of the people who died and all of the firefighters, especially, who traditionally there were a lot of Irish Americans served in the FDNY. Neuro, that's very nice. Neuro says you'll never have to buy your own beer in any Irish bar. You just have to find one that serves faux beer. Yeah. They do make a good, there is a very good alcohol-free Guinness, which I've been enjoying. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen, da dee da 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 ba ba da ba da ba. But come ye back when summer's in the da 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 dee da 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 da. Oh, Danny boy. That works without having to transpose or without having to shift the octave. So maybe that was down to fifth. In any case, there it is, Danny boy. A little bit of music on this somber evening. Um, my mind, like many people's these days, just goes. It drifts to the presidential race. It drifts to the polling. I'm suddenly thinking about that Taylor Swift endorsement and if and how much uh, it will move the proverbial needle. Of course, the thing is that no one factor makes makes or breaks the election. But given that the margins have been and can be so slim in just a few states that end up determining the winner, she has. I followed her on Instagram today. Does she have like 70 million followers? I can't remember the number, but it's some enormous. She has a huge number of fans, and you know, a few thousand, maybe tens of thousands, maybe she could be responsible for 100,000 votes, which that's already beyond the margin of victory in all of the swing states combined back in 2016. Anyway, we do not know. Dawn says, I'm hoping it energizes the young, especially in Tennessee. They need more to vote. Absolutely. I read the book Fireboat, John J. Harvey to my second graders today. Oh, Mary, that's great. I'm going to look up that book. Fireboat. Hundreds of thousands of Swifties started signing up after the endorsement, 20 to 40 million. Oh, that's great. Oh my God. Harris Harris Walls raised 20 to 40 million last night after the. Oh, Danny boy. I'm going to see if it was coincidental or if, in fact, Hildy likes that song. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling. No, it was just coincidence. All right, that's most of the show tonight. I did an audition today where over 300,000 people clicked the voter registration link from her Instagram post. Wow, Jill, that's incredible. Her Instagram post. That's the one that I liked. 300,000 people clicked the voter registration link from her Instagram post. Okay, well that is just fantastic. And I think it's safe to assume that a lot of those end up voting, and more of those end up voting for Harris. I auditioned today for the role of customer in Natasha Lyonne's show Poker Face. I've auditioned now, I think, for 7 episodes, maybe 8. That's a show I've auditioned for a lot. Some bigger roles, some less big roles. Today was a customer in a big box store. It was a fun scene. And I thank my friend Todd, author Todd Gross. You can look up Todd Gross's books. They're very compelling, fun transporting. They will transport you. Award-winning author of speculative fiction, Loy in the Forest of the Mind. Here, I'm going to drop a link. I'm going to put a link. I've started saying drop. I don't know why, but put the link to Todd Gross's works in the chat. There, you can look up what he does. Nuro says he's donating down ticket to Senate. Very good. That's fantastic. And tomorrow, so I have signed up to Phone Bank for Tester, encouraged by David Feldman, and I only did it once so far, but now I've committed to every Thursday at 5 p.m. Every Thursday at 5 p.m. East. So I guess that's 3 p.m. Mountain Time. In any case, I'm going to be doing it until the election, Thursdays at 5 p.m. So check that out as well. Tester, John Tester. I'll put that in the link. I'll put that link in the chat also. Tester for Senate. There, virtual phone bank. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling. There's Mobilize. Yeah, Mila, you got to do it again. It's tough. It's not that tough, but it's not, it's work, but it's worth it. All right, that's a show. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, we ain't got a barrel of money. Maybe we're ragged and funny, but we'll travel along, singing a song, side by side. We don't know what's coming tomorrow. Maybe it's trouble and sorrow, but we'll travel the road, sharing our load, side by side. Through all kinds of weather, what if the sky should fall? Just as long as we're together, it doesn't matter at all. When they've all had their trouble and when they've all had their quarrels and parted, we'll be the same as we started, just a traveling along, singing our song, side by side. All right, side by side. Harry Woods from Cape Cod. Okay, everybody. Thank you very much for the good wishes for Fafi, and everybody have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow at 9.